Horizon Gentlemen, Reacts, and this is 10 nightmarish animals you'll be happy are extinct by the channel Mr. Nightmare. Yeah, I saw Llama Art's channel video yesterday, which he used the Mr. Nightmare's video and just animated it. So I'm like, yeah, let's react to the original one. 5.5 million subscribers, so this channel must be good, I guess. It's always a sad thing when an entire species goes extinct. However, there was some species that you probably didn't know about you wouldn't want around today. Yeah, I think probably that's going to be true, because if it's going to go really back in time, I know, there used to be, gigantic ass creatures, right? That we don't even think, our instincts don't even process that, right? Because our mind is somewhat, I guess we call it instinct, right? Immediate response, but somewhat automated. Like if we think about a bug, cockroach, anything, our mind suddenly processes it as being it's small. But when the oxygen were really high long time ago, when there were giant centipedes walking around, our brain can't even process that, and we see it as like, what the fuck, massive sock. So yeah, there is definitely that. And I bet there used to be worms and things. They used to infect bodies, right? And basically eat most of things from inside and come out or something like that. I watched that in one of the videos too. So yeah, but let's watch this one.
So throughout history, there have been some ferocious creatures that have roamed the earth, and it seems the biggest and most dangerous have since gone extinct. For this list, I won't be including very well-known animals such as the Spinosaurus or T-Rex, or for the most part, any other dinosaurs. Number 10. Gigantopithecus. This creature was a monstrous ape, closely related to the orangutan that roamed the bamboo forests, jungles, and mountains of China, India, and Vietnam during the Pleistocene time period. It was a vegetarian, but still probably not a sight for sore eyes. It could grow up to 3 meters tall and weigh up to 1,200 pounds. Its strength was undoubtedly extraordinary and probably kept it safe from most predators, and it probably would not hesitate to use its strength against a human who got too close for its comfort.
Back up there, back up there. That's the difference. Whoa. I'm so glad that is not around. People use this as an excuse to think, maybe Yetis, some of these creatures survived and are in hiding, and that's what Yeti and Bigfoots are. Maybe, who knows, who the fuck, maybe, but it's highly unlikely. But yeah, damn, look at this thing. It's damn tall, 1,200, what is it, pounds? 1,200 pounds or something, right? I mean, that is damn tall. Imagine, some fight is going on and this thing just arrived. How much do you bench, bruh? I can bench 3 times as much as you and just punches you.
It could grow up to 3 meters tall and weigh up to 1,200 pounds.
1,200 pounds.
Its strength was undoubtedly extraordinary and probably kept it safe from most predators, and it probably would not hesitate to use its strength against a human who got too close for its comfort. It went extinct 300,000 years ago, possibly due to overhunting by early humans, or as the result of climate change. Number 9. 3-foot.
Yeah, the thing basically goes to one of the humans and how much do you bench, bruh? I don't bench, I make spears, and just shows the spear and stabs him.
Long scorpions. Officially known as Pomanoskopus, these creatures were very similar to today's scorpions, but could grow up to 1 meter long and were armed with sharp claws and a venomous stinger. It's not known how deadly the venom was, but considering the large amount it injected with each attack, it was more than likely very deadly.
So I guess Fallout is not completely wrong, I guess.
During the time period that these things were around, there were also giant roaches the size of house cats, dragonflies the size of hawks, and millipede relatives up to 3 meters long. Number 8. Giant crocodiles.
Nope, not even gonna imagine that. Fuck that.
If normal crocodiles weren't bad enough, there was once a creature now known as Purosaurus, which was more than twice the size of a regular crocodile. It lived in South America 8 million years ago, and would grow up to 13 meters long. That's more than twice as long as the largest species of crocodile alive today. It would be fully capable of swallowing a human whole. These giant crocodiles were capable of fighting T-Rexes and winning.
Yeah, but this thing, if it can walk on ground, which I don't know if they did or not, would have immensely low mobility, right? I mean, you can easily avoid it. If it's that long, laws of physics basically tells you that, it would have really hard time just to move. right? You would have to do some kind of a push-up, right? And even that would require so much energy because how big it is, right? So I'm pretty sure this would have been just in the water, right? Wouldn't have come out. But yeah, even if it did, probably outside it's immensely low mobility. But in the water, yeah, size doesn't matter. That would be fucked up.
Number 7. Coatless. Undoubtedly the most horrifying living thing to ever come from the sky. These creatures were gigantic predatory birds standing at about roughly the same height as a giraffe. Some of them had wingspans of 12 to 15 meters, making them as large as a small plane. What was rather strange about the creatures were their body proportions. They had ridiculously long legs, necks, and beaks, and very small bodies, as well as relatively short wings. Scientists believe that they did not hunt in the air, but rather walked on the ground, hunting for any animal they could catch and swallow whole.
Yeah, so somebody just goes to like, okay, so you take your advantage of flying and hunt. Nah, man, I don't even need to do that. I just walk around the ground and punch this thing and eat it. That's how powerful I am.
That may have included dog-sized, or maybe even man-sized creatures. Number 6.
Alright, see our mentality basically throughout the years has been just simple. Like when we perceive threat, our mind is tuned for something like a tiger, lion or something ground-based thing. Air is not something we ever think that could be lethal or deadly like that, right? So whenever we play a game or something that has dragons, right, or some kind of a griffin or some kind of a massive creature, we're like, oh, look at that, look at the magical world, right? Imagine if that was real, how ridiculous it would be. There was a time where that was fucking real. Imagine if these creatures were allowed today somehow and just roaming the skies. First of all, one of the biggest thing that would happen is all the countries in the world basically would combine their military and jet planes just to take things, make sure this thing goes extinct, right? But ignoring that, the skies would be dangerous again. We would go back to tribal times. It wouldn't be any more society because now we have to fear the sky. Because these things are enormous, could definitely kill you like that.
Megalodon. This enormous, extinct creature is the biggest species of shark to have ever existed. It's generally thought to have looked similar to the modern great white. However, while a great white shark can grow up to be 20 feet long and over 7,000 pounds, Megalodon was estimated to be 60 feet in length, weighing anywhere from 50 to 100 tons. Megalodon only died off about 2.6 million years ago. This means that he often interacted with animals that are still around today, like giant sea turtles, porpoises, and even whales. If these guys were still around, it would just be one more reason to stay out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Number 5. Gorgonops. Before dinosaurs came along, the planet was still full of giant, horrifying monsters. A prime example is Gorgonops, an animal that lived 260 million years ago, way before the dinosaurs became the dominant predators. At around 6 to 10 feet in length, Gorgonops was such a fast and vicious predator that it quickly rose to the top of the food chain. Of course, it also helped that Gorgonops had massive canines so large they nearly protruded beyond its lower jaw. Number 4. Terror birds.
Yeah, there have been so many extincts and events, so many creatures were there that was just terrifying. What I don't understand is why Hollywood isn't using something like this. It would make it more realistic, right? I mean, rather than imagining your own creature with your imagination. There are so many creatures throughout the history that were so fucking horrifying. Just use them.
These birds were the top predators in South America and parts of North America during the Miocene, Pliocene, and early Pleistocene periods before they were replaced by big cats and other carnivorous mammals. Unlike Coatless, they were unable to fly, but could run very fast, some speculate as fast as a cheetah, and of course they were very large, with the largest of the species growing up to 3 meters tall and weighing up to half a ton. Their main weapon was their head, which could grow up to a meter long, allowing them to swallow prey as large as a dog in one single gulp. However, thanks to the hooked tip of the bill, which was used as a weapon, the terror birds could kill and devour prey much larger than a dog, including horses, camels, and humans, if they were around at the time. Number 3. Titanoboa.
So they are like ostriches, but much more deadly and bigger.
Being the largest snake to ever exist, Titanoboa grew upwards of 15 meters long and weighed over a ton. It lived in the warm climates of the tropics 60 million years ago. It killed its prey by squashing it like the modern boa constrictor, and there's pretty much nothing that thing couldn't squeeze like a tube of toothpaste. Meaning, this thing would eat you like a boa constrictor would eat a guinea pig, which is why you should be happy it's extinct. Number
Yeah.
2, Arthropleura. If you've ever seen a centipede or millipede crawling through your backyard and you thought that was a whole lot of nope, or perhaps seen or heard of the giant centipede and thought those things were horrifying, then you might not want to know about the Arthropleura, which were massive millipedes that could grow up to 3 meters long. These things had few, if any, predators, and it's not actually known whether they themselves were predators or not, but either way, odds are you would not want to run into one of these things. And number 1, Masasaurus. Fossil
Damn. that snake, first of all, Titanoboa, how big and enormous that thing was. That makes that anaconda movies like nothing. You think that's dangerous? I mean, holy shit. One thing I've noticed about the nature is that, all the things that Hollywood can create compares to, what actually existed. Hollywood has nothing. Real creatures used to exist that was terrifying. You will not find some gigantic creature of the past that were cute. Right? They're like, oh, look at the fluffy cute thing. No, they all look fucking horrifying.
evidence suggests that Masasaurus could reach as much as 50 feet in length, making it one of the largest marine predators of Earth's history. Masasaurus's head was like that of a crocodile, lined with hundreds of razor-sharp teeth which could kill even the most well-armored enemies. Almost 3 times the size of the Leoplerodon, which was perhaps the next most ferocious sea predator, the Masasaurus would be capable of eating a small boat in one bite today.
Well, there you go. These were definitely terrifying. Short 6-minute video, but it covered all the terrifying things there is. And no, all of them were not the famous dinosaur, which was the good thing. Yeah, this channel is good, man. I like it. Titanoboa, it just had everything. It had weird insect things that were bigger. I mean, I knew that from, very early times where oxygen were really high. But even some things that I didn't know about, the giant scorpions and things, that Titanoboa, giant snake, right? Holy shit, that's like 15 meters tall. Ugh. And that crocodile thing, I didn't know that. But, like I said, if it came out of the water, it probably didn't have mobility, right? So you can definitely avoid it. But that is, things like that and that giant bird, yeah, the world today would be completely different if things like this still existed. Probably humans wouldn't have survived, right? Mammals wouldn't have survived, right? It would be like still dinosaurs are roaming around because these massive predators would still dominate. So yeah, alright people, that was the 10 Nightmarish animals you will be happy at. Since I'm happy, definitely, especially those insects. It's like, ugh. This is by the channel Mr. Nightmare. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know which type of videos to react to more. Should I react to more Mr. Nightmare videos or not? Like and subscribe so I know it. Check out the reaction I did. There's a link in the description with all of my videos. Check out the cards with the different playlists I created. Check out the end cards, and yeah, I'll see you next time.